G'day YouTube, welcome to another episode of the Friday Vape Club. Got a little pod system for you guys today. This is the Innokin Podin. I've called mine Vladimir. I love this little thing. So it's a little pod system. You've got an 800 milliamp hour battery. You've got a refillable pod, which also takes replacement coils. So you can pull this pod apart and you can put your replacement coils in there. Hey, that's pretty fucking cool. So yeah, what are we gonna do? We're gonna dive down. We'll take a quick look around this thing for you. We'll show you some specs and what's in the box and all that other good shit that you love. So stick around, watch this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to stay tuned when I release new videos. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to drop a comment down below. Have you tried one of these? Do you like it? Hey? What do you call yours? Love my little Vladimir Podin. Nothing else to it really, so let's get into this. All right, and here we have the Innokin Podin, or Podin. Not too sure how you want to pronounce that. P-O-D-I-N, Podin, I guess. Some quick specifications on this little device. It is 61 millimeters tall, it is 46 millimeters across, and it is 16 millimeters deep or wide. It has an 800 milliamp internal battery. It is air activated, meaning you just put the mouthpiece in your mouth, the little pod right here, you draw in like you normally would, and the vapors are produced. So pretty bloody awesome. Quick look around it. Up the top here is your pod. This is a 2 mil pod with a 1.3 ohm Canthol coil. We'll have a closer look at that in a minute. It is very easy to get in and out. Down the side here, there's this little button. You just push that and the pod releases. You can see the connections down there and then on the bottom of the pod itself. Up the top here, you do also have a little lanyard section, so you can thread your lanyard through there and then you can hang it around your neck. Down the front here, you do have your on-off button, pretty straightforward as with most other shit, 5 clicks on and off. You've got 3 little LEDs down here. Now these do different things. They tell you the battery life, but also what wattage mode you're in. So this little Podin has 2 wattage modes, or wattage outputs. They are 8 watts and 9 watts, and you just adjust that with the button here. It will glow differently depending on what wattage range you're in. It's like green for 8 and purple for 9 watts or something like that. You do have this nice resin kind of feel to the front and also on the back. I fucking love how this looks. This is a beautiful little device. And then underneath you've got your USB charging port and then all the usual shit, you know, don't chuck it in the bin, so on and so forth. So that's a quick look around the Podin. It does also have some safety features built in, like overheat protection, overcharging protection, short circuit protection, and over discharge protection. So you know that you're gonna get a safe vaping experience from this. Let's take a closer look at this pod, shall we? So this is the little 2 mil pod with the 1.3 ohm Canthol coil in there. The awesome thing about this pod is that you don't have to replace the whole entire unit. You can actually change the coil heads out. Up the top here, you've got your mouthpiece, pretty straightforward. It's a single unit, so you cannot change or replace this. This is your little grommet to fill up the 2 mils of liquid. Simply lifts up, got a very decent sized hole. You can fit most chubby gorilla unicorn tips in there with no issues. You could probably even get a glass dripper in there, I would imagine. Down the side here, you do have your airflow. So this does have adjustable airflow, which is really cool for a pod system. So simply close it off if you want to lower your airflow with the little negative there, or you can open it up by moving this little slide across to the plus. So that's what it looks like. Let's see if we can break this open, shall we? You simply pull that bottom bit off, slide out your coil, and that's what your coil head looks like. 1.3 ohm. Pretty straightforward. Nice big wick ports in there. I've had no issues with 7030 VGPG liquid. And there you go, that's what it looks like down the hole. Let's take a look at this packaging, shall we? Packaging. All right, and here we have the packaging for the Podin. You got your color of the Podin on the front here. Nothing really on either of the sides. And on the back, usual back of box bullshit. Have a pause, read if you like. I love Innokin products because they always have such nice packaging. Grab the little tabby doozy thingy, slide it out, and you're presented with another box. Once you open up the packaging, your battery housing is sitting here. You get your pod here. You just lift this up and you get all the good shit underneath. So inside this packaging, you will receive a poster style user manual. You get a spare 1.3 ohm coil head. You get a lanyard that doubles as a USB charging cable. Fuck yeah. And you get a warranty card. The Podin by Innokin. Let's jump back up top. Let's do the pros and the cons and whether I think this is the best or the worst device ever. All right, so we are gonna take this little thing for a vape. It is air activated as well as you can push the button to vape. So let's go with the air activation, shall we? You can see the little lights down here. Little mouth to lung. Let's push the button so you can see the button works. Why do I do that? What am I, fancy? What am I, from the like 1920s in fucking the UK? Oh, do say. I'm just going to vape on my Podin here. So it works. So let's talk about Flavour, cloud production, and airflow.
Flavour, cloud production, airflow.
The flavour is pretty good, as you would expect from a mouth to lung. I have got some Riot Squad in here. My mate Dave, All Day Vapes, recommended this liquid Blue Burst, I think it's called. It's pretty good. It's really, really good flavour. You got these 1.3 ohm coil heads in here, and they are pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I dig it. The flavour's great. The airflow. So the pod itself has adjustable airflow, so you can sort of, tailor it to your preferred mouth to lung style. I've got it fully open. With the air activator drawer, I find you have to breathe in a little bit harder. So I prefer to push the button with this. I prefer to vape this using the button. I find I can give like a nice slow inhale and I just get more vapor. I don't have to fucking suck back as hard as possible. The innuendos have already started. And the cloud production, it's a mouth to lung device, so I wouldn't expect to have massive clouds from this. Let's get into the pros and cons.
Pros.
All right, so pros. Let's talk about the little coil head first. So the pod system takes 2 mils of liquid, that's pretty good. You can adjust the airflow, so that's a huge pro for me. Being able to tailor my draw as I need. Like I said, fully open is where I've just been enjoying the shit out of it. Being able to change the coil head, so I don't have to replace the whole entire pod. I can just take the coil heads out and I pop a new one in there and they come in a pack of 5. So that's fucking cool. Super easy to use. You've got one button, very easy. You got adjustable wattage, sort of. It does a 8 watts and a 9 watts. You can change that. It's not a massive difference between 8 or 9, and really I can't notice it, but you can tailor it if you need to. It looks sensational. Look at this. I love this resin finish. I dig it. I dig the color scheme. Another kind of cool thing that they included in the packaging was a USB charging cable that is your lanyard. If you want to have a lanyard, having a lanyard that doubles as a charger, that's kind of cool. It's just a very good, solid little device. I have been enjoying it. Let's get into the cons. Okay, so there are 2 kind of little nitpicky cons that I have, and this is kind of for most of pod systems. The fill system on the side, the little grommet, you kind of got to tip it up, and then it's a little bit fiddly to get this grommet open, and then you kind of got to hold it and get it at the right angle so the air comes out and you don't spill your liquid everywhere. That's just, look, it's an issue with all pod systems, mostly that have this this side fill system. And the second one is the getting the base off to replace the coils. You got to be really careful. It feels like you're gonna break it, but hopefully you don't. That's kind of the only 2 cons that I had for this. Price. So, what is the Podin gonna set you back from Innokin? A little bit of Google foo around the internet. I found it on sale here in Australia for $60 and around about $45 in the US. That's a pretty decent price for a little pod system, considering you get 2 coils with it. Like, not many companies now give you 2 coils with pod systems, so that's pretty bloody good. It's a great looking, well-made little device. So if I had to give it a rating out of best device ever, worst device ever, with nothing in between, just best or worst, it does fit into the best category. However, is it the best pod system that I have ever used? No, it is not. There are 3 off the top of my head from UL that I think are a lot better than this. It's definitely not the worst, but it is good. I have to give it the best category, I really do. It's definitely not the worst category. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt, do with it what you will. That's it for another episode of the Friday Vape Club. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments and the likes and the subscriptions. Love you guys. That's it. That's all I've got for this episode. So nothing else to say except keep it cloudy, YouTube. Keep it cloudy.
A Gotta Slut production.